Boyhood! I saw this film a few hours ago, and I'm going to apologize if it's a little rambly, if this review's a little rambly. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, I'm a little tired. Two, it's been a few hours since I saw the film, so it's not quite as fresh in my mind. And also, this is one of those films where I really don't know how to go about reviewing this, so I'm just going to say whatever comes to mind. I typed up a little outline, but, it's a little hard to get a sense. So, let's start with the story. Boyhood is this movie, I forget if it's based off of a true story or not, but it's basically following this boy named, I forget what his name is, sorry from blanking out. But anyway, it's following him through most of his childhood, starting from elementary school, going all the way up to his early years of college. And that's basically the film. It's one of those life movies where it's more an experience, more just about life. There's no real plot, it's just you're sort of following through. And presentation-wise, the film's pretty good about it. I mean, there's not a lot of music, and most of the stuff, pretty much everything you're hearing, with a couple exceptions, is diegetic. And it really helps to create that natural sense. There's nothing really special going on cinematography-wise, but that's okay, because it's not trying to be cinematic, it's just trying to give you life. And the way it's shot, a lot of times it's cinematic, but there are other times, and it's weird, it's like on one end it's cinematic. It's cinematic in the sense that you're looking at this and you know it's a movie, but it's not cinematic in the sense that you're watching life, you're not watching a script. Like, everything about the dialogue seems natural, the people seem natural. It's hard to describe. It's like an experience. It's like, I really don't know how to describe it. So, but I might as well just describe whether or not I thought it was good, and I'm not really sure. I really like the first two chunks of it, which are really good. It really can connect to the kid. There's some really interesting social dynamics going on, and it's just fun. And, there is some relatability to these characters. But at the same time, and there are some really interesting relationships going on, especially the dad, the original dad, because the mom, spoiler, she divorces her dad, the husband. And the first husband, I really like his relationship with the son. I thought that was honestly probably one of the best parts of the movie. And so it's hard to focus on something, but I kind of lost interest in the film towards the last third. Like, once Milton, or whatever his name is, becomes a teenager, I feel like it became less engaging. Like, it felt really generic, cliche. Like, it felt like every other teen movie, You're a schnob, you're a loser, and maybe the point was that it was supposed to be generic and cliche, but I don't know, the other bits were just so interesting and unique, and then you get to some part that feels like a hybrid of, like, every single teen movie I've ever seen in my life, and it's really cliche. And part of it, at times, it feels more like a giant epilogue. Like, there's the biggest conflicts in the movie are when they're young. Once he gets to a teenager, it's like watching a teen movie. Like, these are really generic conflicts, the relationship conflict, the finding yourself. It feels like a different movie. It feels like I'm watching a teen movie, and I don't know, I just didn't find that as engaging as the upper two-thirds. Although I will give the film this, it was pretty good at hiding its length for the most part. Like, it's almost 3 hours long. I really didn't notice it until, like, the last third. And even then, I wasn't that bored. But one thing I will say is the film is a little choppy. Like, it's skipping around a little too much at points. Like, again, the film passes through time. It's not really much of a nitpick, but the film sometimes won't really establish, like, when we're flashing forward or when we flash forward. It never specifies exactly how much time has passed, and I don't know, you kind of have to look for it. I mean, like they use little cues to help you clue into it. Like they'll use product placement, like that one scene he's playing the boy's playing an Xbox, and over he's playing a Wii. They'll use that to kind of show, time has passed, but they'll and I'm okay with that. But sometimes like it's a little unclear how much time has passed, and sometimes it'll kind of skip through things that are kind of, I don't know. Sometimes it's like I would have liked to have seen more of this. Like I'm gonna get into a bit of spoiler territory, so if you want to skip ahead to like the 6-10 minute mark, I want to say. So there's this one scene where the mother, she divorces her second husband and they move to a new school, and the woman's like, all right, you don't know what you're gonna do. You can stay here as long as you want. The mom's like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And the kid's having to adjust to a new school, and the one kid's like, welcome to the suck. And then they just like flash forward a few years and everything's fine. And it's like, I would like to see that. Or they flash forward and all of a sudden she's with a new husband. We never see them meet or anything. It's just there. It's like, I feel like you could have fleshed it out more. Maybe there's some deleted scenes that kind of help connect the dots a bit better. But as it is, it kind of felt a little choppy at some points. Like, like they were like it wasn't flowing as well. And there were times when some scenes did feel kind of pointless, like they weren't really tying into anything or really adding anything. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of this film. I mean, my younger brother was like, because we went to see The Giver together, and he was like, I would have been so pissed if Boyhood was playing it, and this wasn't. I'm like, ooh, I wonder what that movie is. And it looked interesting, and I'm not sure to make fun. One end, this movie in some ways is brilliant, but on the other end, it's so I really don't know what to make of it. My opinion is that I have no opinion, but I guess it was good. So yeah, I haven't read any of the reviews. Again, I always like to go into these films as blind as possible, so I can get the most natural, uninfluenced reaction. But yeah, so would I recommend it? If you got nothing better to do, if you want to kill 3 hours, go ahead. But but you don't need to go rush out and see this. If you want to wait for DVD or rental, you can. And also, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet, you should probably go see that. One, it's a good movie. Two, it's probably one of the biggest movies of the summer. So yeah, and sorry if I promote that movie a lot, but it is a good movie, and you should see it. And that's pretty much all I have to say at this point. So, sorry if you wanted an actual opinion of me on Boyhood, but sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I just go into a movie and I don't know what to make of it. And you can stop watching right now if you don't want. I'm gonna start ramble as usual. I did have a similar experience when I saw Moonrise Kingdom, except Moonrise Kingdom, I love that movie, but but the challenging part was explaining why I loved it. But I digress. So yeah, Boyhood, liked it, I guess, but not really sure. So please, if you've seen Boyhood, please comment and let me know what you think of it. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'm trying to think what's coming up next. I won't be doing that many more current movie reviews. I mean, unless I see something that came out this year between now and whenever, you won't see any. I mean, the next theatrical release you'll probably see me review is Box Trolls, just because that looks really good. But that's for another time. So until then, this is JStar360 signing out.